We are live.
Yeah.
Hello, hello, hello. My shirt is crooked.
Don't you hate that when your shirt's just all like, what
See,
the
this
heck?
is why I can't be a TV person because
Well, then
I'll
on
be.
TV they make sure you straight. There's somebody's job to be like, the collar.
Oh,
Like,
okay. I'll be mid sentence and be like, "Oh, my glasses are
oh
crooked."
hell no, right?
Like, hello. Wait a minute. Wait, let me. I have to tell everyone. I
Right.
can't just fix it.
Now I know we're gonna do like a 758 check, like.
Oh man. Well, my name is Chevy the Superstar and or Siobhan, depending on what circles you run in. And you know.
Low key though.
And
I'm Latoya, sometimes Toya, sometimes Point of View First, sometimes Daily Basis. I mean, your girl. Just, it depends on the day. Toy, TT. Like, I've had so many different names given to me. Some I monikered myself, LC. I went with that for a minute, you know what I'm saying? But for the most part, I'm Toya.
And this is Two Snaps in a Circle.
Two snaps in a circle, two snaps in a circular motion,
I didn't say circle.
You didn't.
Today.
You didn't. That's why I had to bring it back real quick.
Because I practiced
Yeah.
earlier because I was going to say it, but I practiced off camera.
Oh my gosh. So funny. So hilarious. But yeah, y'all, we happy that we here today on this beautiful Thursday. We going hard in the paint in July.
Yes, with the blockbusters films. Yeah.
We watched Green Lantern.
We're going to talk all about it. We're going to talk all about it and the wonderful use of CGI. And
yeah. Sure, we can go with that. Yep.
Oh, is it? Everybody is
like, when did this movie come out? Okay, 2011.
Right. It's still no excuse.
It's no excuses.
It's no excuse.
No excuses. But yes, as we review that amazing film, that blockbuster, it's gonna be fun. It really is.
Well, let's get the small talk out of the way. How are you doing?
I am pretty good. Like, I'll say, like, I'm really good emotionally, but physically, I'm like hitting this block. I'm hitting this block. Like, so my dad had a cold, and then I realized it, like, you're sick. And before you know it, by the end of, I believe, last week's live, I was already having an itchy throat. And I was like, some bull, crack-a-knuckle bull. And what really made me mad is because he had been at my brother's house that weekend, and then I talked to my brother. My brother feels the same way, and I'm like, oh, this is some bull. Like, this is what we're talking about. Like, whew. Anyways, I'm just getting there. I've been like, as mum is the word all day, like telling people, text me, don't call me. I cannot have conversations because I need to save my voice. What the little that I have for tonight. So that was a long-winded way of saying I lost my voice, y'all.
And also, she has a cold.
And also, I'm coming. I'm coming out like Phoenix, right? I'm coming out of it, but whew, it took me down. I was like, wow, this is what it feels like
to have a cold.
Because I haven't been sick. I don't believe I've had a cold since I was sick last March.
Yeah, I mean, when I got a cold when we came back from Vegas, I was
right.
Like
I
that.
remember we talked about that. Like,
yeah, and I was still on this stream coughing to death.
Coughing your lungs out.
Like, had a whole little take this. I'm about to die.
God. And then what was so funny, your drink of choice was also a hot toddy.
Yes, I had to until it ran out.
I am not a big like warm beverage drinker, so that part is always so hard for me. Like doing like tea and all that stuff, it's just so hard for me. But how about yourself? How are you feeling this week? What is this week giving you?
It's giving me blurred. It's giving
Blurred vision. It's gonna come back. Remember the one time when we kind of dodged out and came back in?
Woo,
Oh, it was about to fall in right there.
That's the only thing I don't like about this little webcam. It's a beautiful camera. It's just it goes out of focus and
it
then
does
it
the
just
job. It gets
messes
the job
everything up.
done
It messes everything up, you little camera. No, but I'm fine. I'm blurred, but I'm fine. Work has been,
what work do?
Terrible. But I mean, other than that, we living.
Don't you feel like the white paper works better? Hold on,
I do, but I don't have any. I don't have any white paper right now.
We chilling today, y'all.
I don't have any white paper.
Oh man, come on, cuz.
Okay, we're gonna switch. Dang,
I ain't got none of my little.
Let's see. We gonna switch.
You gonna switch out, baby?
Or maybe not. We didn't have to.
Hey,
I'll be back.
I could just find my lighter.
I'm back. But no, yes, this week has been a good week. I mean, but it's been a week.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's just life, it goes on and it goes on and it goes on and you do different stuff to pass the time. And you know what I have been doing? This camera I bought. It's very advanced. And I don't know how to work it at all. So I've been watching videos to learn how to work it because it is very advanced. It's a lot of, I'm not going to say unnecessary settings because I mean, somebody needs them, but it's a lot of things that you can do with this camera. That's just like, I don't even know if anybody needs that, but thank you, Canon, for that, So yeah, I watched a 30-minute video about the 7 autofocus features that the camera has. Yeah, so that's cool.
Yeah.
But it's
always, I mean, I have to say, getting around the camera, like learning your way around a new camera, after you've been, because that's the thing about it, like you've been with this electronic or this device or whatever it may have been for so long that when you get the new joint, like it's what's made me very hesitant about like leaving the home button, because I'm like, bruh, everybody say like you'll get used to it, and
like instantly, like it's not even a thought, like you instantly just.
But I don't think that is. I think it's the same feeling into the hesitant. I got you
hesitance.
Yes, to get into something, but like the moment you start taking some like fire ass photos, it's gonna be a wrap.
Yeah, what killed me was when I changed the white balance and it instantly was like, oh, that's perfect. Like, what is the wizardry that's inside of this camera?
I mean, my gosh, like I used to hate to have to go back and forth for like when you try to like customize it yourself and you got to keep going and be like, yeah, this look like, okay, yeah, this kind of so annoying, but it sounds like they're figuring it out.
I mean, I put it on fluorescent and it just instantly was just good. Like
that's so dope.
Perfect.
I kind of miss that with digital, now that I've been shooting film, even just like not like I've been shooting crazy film, but like mostly film. And yeah, I kind of miss that about like digital cameras. So especially like the newer kind, but that's dope though.
Yeah, it's a cool little camera. I've yet to take a picture with it though. I did some video with it at a gig, but I've yet to take a picture with it.
Video's good though, right?
Yeah, like crazy good, like ridiculously good, like sickening good. Like, okay, this is really good. Like, I I learned what I needed to learn to do what I needed to do, but I was like,
Oh,
okay,
yeah.
I'll finish learning it later. And then I realized how much I needed to learn. Like learning this camera is like watching a whole like set of learning how to use Photoshop. That's how many features the camera has.
For real. Like, I'm telling you, that has really been the reason that I've been hesitant. Like, am I ready to like learn a new system? And you know, even though you're staying with Canon, so I'm sure like,
but it's a like totally different.
Stay the same?
I mean the menu. I mean, no, everything is different.
Dang.
The whole interface is different. I mean, some things are the same, but everything is different because it's a mirrorless camera. So everything is different. It's not even a EF lens. It's an RF lens. It's not even a lens that like.
You are so correct. Yeah. So it really is a whole new system. You're right. It's dang.
A whole new world. A new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no. Or where to go. Or if we're really dreaming.
I think so.
All right. I don't know the lyrics to that song. You know just enough of Disney lyrics.
You only know just enough to get by. Like
just know a little bit about.
You just gotta hope it's that one person that's near you that really knows it really, really good, so you can be like, yeah. Yeah.
Ooh, I don't know where that came from. I breathed in and coughed out. Yeah, but I do have some movie news for us today. You know, it's a nice amount. You know, some stuff was popping off this week. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, I'm gonna get into the movie newsery once I get my life in order here. I should have been doing that.
I'm a lighter.
Sometimes I just forget. I don't know where my lighter is. I don't know where none of that is.
Up here, but it don't look like it is.
All right, so I'm getting ready. I'm almost ready. I am ready. Bop, 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 bop. Movie news.
I felt it coming.
So this week, Emmy nominations were released. Now, I'm not going through each category and saying everybody who is nominated and specifically for what. I'm just gonna list off the shows that got the most nominations. And the two shows with the most nominations are The Mandalorian and The Crown with 24 nominations.
Wow.
Then we have WandaVision coming in with 23.
Okay, now.
Then we have The Handmaid's Tale coming in with 21. Then we have Ted Lasso coming in with 20. Then we have Saturday Night Live coming in with 20.
Okay, now.
Then we have Queen's Gambit coming in with 18. And then then we have what you call that? Lovecraft Country. I disrespected Lovecraft. With 18. And then I'm trying to get the number right here because I forgot to write down. I think Falcon and the Winter Soldier had 8 and/or 5 nominations. Yeah, so not only did Disney Plus have a lot of nominations, but also Marvel shows, and not just Marvel, but like superhero shows, because The Boys got nominated for Best Drama as well. So a lot of shows that people don't want to give no credit to because they're superhero or, fictional or, not Queen's Gambit. I'm just put it like that.
Right.
Got a lot of nominations. Even Lovecraft, not just because of Black people being in it, but because it's a science fiction horror show and it got 18 nominations.
Yeah,
that is a big deal.
Good TV is good TV, and that's the thing. Like,
yeah, but that's the thing. Like, those kind of things don't win stuff. Like,
yeah, Yeah, they don't get nominated. They don't win stuff. They don't.
Now, who's to say the Mandalorian, WandaVision, Falcon and the Winter Soldier, Lovecraft will win anything? But I'm sure you can't nominate someone for 23 awards and they walk away with not anything. Nothing. I mean, that's a lot.
Marvel is huge. And I feel like they've, how can I put it? Like, gave what would need to be given to be able to be nominated and be in the talks of winning these awards. So
they have definitely given what has needed to be gave. Also, MJ Rodriguez from Pose, not the Pose. I don't know. The first transgender person to be nominated for an Emmy for a major acting category.
That's great.
Yeah, that's a big deal. And it's a very big deal. Ryan Reynolds, speak of the devil,
right,
doing a movie about Ryan Reynolds today. And Taika Waititi did a reaction video this week playing their Marvel MCU characters of Deadpool and Korg, introducing Deadpool to the Marvel Cinematic Universe because Deadpool was not a part of it, as they did a review of Ryan Reynolds' new film Free Guy. They did not a live watch, but they did a recording of them reacting to the trailer of Free Guy. And what I find funny about that is I had watched Green Lantern the day before, and I had no idea Taika Waititi was in Green Lantern.
Who is that again? Oh, I gotta look this person up because that's the name.
He was director of Thor Ragnarok. He was the director. Well, he acted in Thor Ragnarok as well, but he was the actor and director of Thor Ragnarok. He was the actor and director of Jojo Rabbit. He played Hitler in the Jojo Rabbit, and he directed it as well.
Yes, I've definitely seen this man before.
Yes, and he was in Green Lantern, and I had no idea.
I was just about to say, like, actually, not he was that main dude with the eyebrows, right? Yeah.
Yeah. The
I was like, hold on. I was like, I've just seen this dude recently.
Yes. So I thought that was pretty cool because that was basically like them saying, okay, Deadpool will be seen in MCU movies. And spoiler alert, if you didn't know, the reason for that is because it's all Loki's fault. Well, not Loki, but Sylvie. But anyway, everybody's going to be able to be in a Marvel movie, MCU universe movie because of Sylvie and Loki. So if you don't know, you need to go watch Loki because it opened up a can of worms. And Jonathan Majors was in the last episode. Ooh. Everybody should have seen it by now, though. So if you haven't seen,
come on now, no excuses, no excuses.
You should just not cut it off, but mute it when I said spoiler alert, because that was a major spoiler alert that I just gave. So whatever it is, what it is. It was an amazing episode. I did not expect to see Jonathan Majors in it because he is playing a villain actually in Ant-Man when it comes out, and he is supposed to be the main villain for the next phase of Marvel. So
really well, check it out. People gonna be busy. Put them busy, baby.
And that's the crazy part about it. Like, even if they wanted to do another season of Lovecraft,
people got things to do.
Because the girl from the sister, I can't think what her name is.
Journey Smollett.
Yeah, she is on Loki as well. She plays Agent B-15.
Oh, snap.
Yes.
Oh, so yeah. Ugh.
But she died, didn't she? They both died technically in Lovecraft.
Yeah, technically, yeah. I mean, I don't know if you've seen what Misha Green recently put out on her IG. Like, so, I mean, it looks like she had it all set up. Like, look, I know they're not going to be involved, but
maybe what she was going to do is like what I was saying when it first went off is like an American Horror Story type thing, where she was going to use the same actors but tell a different Lovecraft story.
Right. Right.
So, I mean, we'll never know now.
Yeah.
But maybe not. Oh,
No,
that's the movie
that's
news I
like.
forgot to put in here. Damn, Misha Green signed a
she signed
deal
that huge deal with Apple.
With Apple TV, Apple whatever the hell they call themselves. Apple TV, Apple TV, Apple Plus, TV, Apple whatever.
TV. Yep.
Either it's Plus or it's TV. So Paramount Plus, Disney Plus, Apple TV, Hulu is just Hulu, Netflix is just Netflix. Whatever, guys. Whatever. Nobody cares.
No, it is a Hulu Plus. That's like no commercials.
Oh, so is it a plus sign or do it say plus?
I think it says plus.
Okay.
Yes, the word plus. Man.
All right. So the
see what they doing to us people.
Yeah, it's like Myers and Kroger's.
Can't keep up with all of that.
Ain't nobody got time. TV plus. The BT plus. The BT.
No, literally, me and my cousin were talking about that. She was like, "For real though, like that's a horrible logo." Like, or was that us talking about that? Like,
that was us.
Oh, no, that was us. Yes. So, like, white people gonna mess this all up.
Plus. BT stars. Oh man, new trailer for DC Titans.
Dropped. GT Plus.
Shit, this is a lot. Woo! All right, DC Titans season 3 dropped. Shit, I think today or yesterday. And it premieres on HBO Max on August 12th. I really would like to get into that show. I just keep forgetting about it, and then I keep being reminded about it because I liked Doom Patrol. So I was like, a lot of people say DC Titans or the Titans or Teen Titans because that's basically what they are. It's pretty good. So I guess I need to really remember to watch that.
Yeah.
Since the new season is about to come out. If you did not know, or if you forgot, and if you have not or have been watching, the last part of the Fear Street trilogy comes out tomorrow. And also Space Jam comes out tomorrow in theaters and on HBO Max. So I have been watching everything the last 2 days so I can be able to watch those two things tomorrow night. So I've already watched Gunpowder Milkshake. Highly recommend it. No, it's not the best movie. No, it's not the best movie ever written. But there are plenty mediocre movies with men fighting and doing everything that they were doing in this movie. But guess what? It's women, and it's middle-aged women as well. So if you can watch dudes, like if you can watch that movie that just had Benicio del Toro and Don Cheadle and all in a minute, you can go and watch Gunpowder Milkshake because Catherine, what's her name? Karen Gillan, is that her name?
I think so.
The lady from Game of Thrones who was having sex with her brother, Angela Bassett, the mean mama from.
Come on now, you can't.
No, you can't, and you will not.
You can't do that. You
gotta support it.
You gotta support it. Period.
The mama from Crazy Rich Asians fighting.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Michelle. Yup.
She fighting though.
Start fighting though. Yeah.
She fighting though.
I'm geeked up.
Angela Bassett was fighting though.
Fighting though.
Fighting though.
I'm geeked up. I seen that in your stories, but I didn't know it came out tomorrow.
It came out yesterday.
Oh, it came out yesterday. Oh, I'm trying to see what that's about.
And today I watched the first 2 episodes of American Horror Stories.
How is it?
It's okay.
I
watch it though.
Yeah, because you support a person.
Tomorrow we watch Fear Street and we watch Space Jam because Fear Street Part 2, 1978.
I have to watch. I have to watch.
So good.
I'm slipping. I gotta watch.
It was so good.
I'm slipping.
And also I'm scared to watch Space Jam because they are destroying it. They are destroying.
Really?
Yeah.
Hey, man, people really do hate LeBron.
No, they saying it's just like a big,
it's just a bad movie
placement ad for. But we'll see. We'll see. IGN gave it a 7, so that's not too bad.
That's not too shabby.
I mean, it gave Black Widow an 8, and Black Widow was great. All right, so let me. Oh, speaking of Black Widow earned 215 million. This was the day I pulled this. $15 million globally over the weekend, including 80 million in domestic box office, 78 million in international box office, and 60 million via Disney Plus Premier Accent. That was me.
60 mil on the app?
Yes. Game changer.
Complete game changer.
Yeah. This is the largest domestic box office opening since COVID began. And it's the largest.
We kind of said that this is what would happen though.
But not only that, it's the largest box office opening since Rise of Skywalker in 2019. I think that's when that movie came out. It might be 2018 at this point. I can't remember.
Wow.
Anyway, yeah, I mean, it was great. I loved it. I cried. I laughed. I was on pins and needles. Then I wasn't. Then I was laughing some more. Then I got sad, and then it was like over. You know what I'm saying? That's what happened.
It was a wrap.
R.I.P. Natasha Romanoff. R.I.P. Natasha Romanoff. And Yelena, hello. We'll see you later. Okay. Tomorrow War 2 is in development. Chris Pratt confirmed it. A lot of people didn't like Tomorrow War, but I think that was because of the way they portrayed time travel and because of movies like Terminator, Back to the Future. We have rules that we follow based off the movies that came before, and it kind of did its own thing. And I think that's why a lot of people didn't like it. I mean, it was cool, but movies are different when you watch them at home by yourself. You take them in differently, and that's what I'm realizing. Like, I could like a movie, but like if I would have went to the movies with everybody else and the energy wasn't there, I might still say I liked it, but then talking to somebody else to see why they didn't might change my opinion of the movie. But when you watch it at home by yourself, where you at is where you stay. Period.
It's so true. It's so true. Oh man. You're just, well, this is how I feel. This is where I'm at.
Correct.
I'm here with it. You ain't changing my mind.
The Rock, you know, everybody call him Dwayne, but I'm still gonna call him The Rock.
Dwayne Rock Johnson
dropped the first look photo from the set of Black Adam. It looked very, you know, black and white because it was in black and white. So I don't know. Yeah, it looks cool. I don't know. Black Adam is from Shazam's universe, so when Shazam comes out, I guess we'll learn more about Black Adam.
We'll see.
Yeah. The Stranger Things stated that in season 4 they will reveal a huge secret about Hopper.
Hopper, yeah, I saw that. I was like, I wonder what this gonna be about.
What's the secret? Is he I hope it's not that he's a sleeper Russian spy, because that would be convenient.
The picture that they had, he sure looked like he had on somebody's Russian officer uniform. So
but wouldn't that be so convenient, being that he was just in Black Widow? But anyway.
Right, I was like, they so slick trying to merge worlds. Like,
yeah, like, okay, guys. Loki was renewed for a second season, which is great because, you know, I have questions. Also, it was very fucking good. As I speak again about it, it was a great.
That's all of
it. Great show. It's great. It's great. Also, back to Black Widow. If you have never seen a Marvel movie, you don't have to watch that movie. And
really,
it's still a good movie.
See, you know, that's my requirements.
I mean, you really just would have to know like where she was coming from at the beginning of the movie. Like, that's it. That's it. That is one Marvel movie that you can watch and not have to watch any of the other movies. But if you have, it's a treat. Let's see. What else do I have here? Jennifer Carpenter will reprise her role as Dexter's crazy adopted sister in Dexter, the new season. That gives me some little ammo to go finally finish watching it, because I thought he killed her at the end of the show. But I mean, obviously I was wrong. That was in my head, and that's why I won't watch it. So that's gonna be interesting, because the last time I checked, she was in love with her serial killer brother, who, I mean, they not like relatives. They're literally adopted. He was adopted.
Got it.
So they're not blood relatives.
Okay, so it's not like super incestual.
Yeah, but she fell in love with him and then found out he was a serial killer, and it kind of made her. Also, she's a cop, so that kind of made it like hard. Also, he had been lying and killing a lot of their friends and putting people in the place of his murders, and she kind of found out about everything all at once, and she was in love with him too. So yeah,
that's a lot.
That's a lot. That's a lot. Spoiler alert, if you haven't watched the show that's been off air for 10 years. Oh
my God.
Just saying. People be mad.
You was planning on watching it. Yep.
Marvel announced, or Kevin Feige announced, that Marvel is no longer interested in giving long-term contract deals to actors over a period of time to star in their movies. Which, I mean, I think because of the whole Chadwick Boseman situation,
yeah,
I feel like that really put them in a bind, and I think they had to revisit like what they were gonna do, because I mean, anything could happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? A person could become jaded by the characters they're playing and want out, you know? Because, I mean, who knows? Like, sometimes I wonder, like, well, no, not Tony Stark, but Robert Downey Jr. didn't want out, you know, when he didn't know that his character was going to die, and they read him the script and they talked to him about it, and he said, okay, yeah, it's probably time. You know what I'm saying? But Chris Evans had wanted out for a while. He said he didn't dislike playing the character, but like he couldn't do anything else because of how pivotal he was to the MCU. Whereas like Scarlett Johansson, because she was a secondary character, even though she shouldn't have been, because she was the first female Avenger in the MCU, so she shouldn't have been a secondary character, but she was still able to go and have a full career, be nominated for Academy Awards, have a full catalog of films that can still separate her from Black Widow, whereas Evans is Captain America. I don't care what he's in after that. He's Captain America.
Yeah.
Robert Downey Jr. went from teen star to drug addict to being Iron Man, and that's it. Like, he's Iron Man. There's nothing you can say. Tom Holland will be Spider-Man. Tobey Maguire, that's why I believe he walked away from acting for so long, because he was Spider-Man, and that's all he was. You know, so I mean, I understand from an acting standpoint, but that makes me leery for their plans, because their stuff spans over time, like a decade. So
it don't stop like that. Like, you don't do a couple and then move on.
Right. But then you have like Tom Hiddleston they released yesterday that he said he'll play Loki till he die if he could. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, and so did Tom Holland. Tom Holland say, I played Spider-Man for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, that's the excitement that they have for the character now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. What about when we try to make Spider-Man somebody with a family? Like, are the kids as interested?
Right.
Is the audience as interested because we're trying to make a story make sense? Or like you said, moving along with you. Like 10 years from now, let's be honest, you'll be this age. You'll be this place in your life. So it would make sense that you're doing, you know, it was almost like the darker Batman guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. It's like, although that's not the same world, but that whole idea, like, and then sometimes they just be like, well, 10 years later, let's just start all over and tell the origin story again.
Right.
And it's like, okay.
So that's what they usually do.
Right.
Catherine Hahn, who played Agatha in WandaVision, will return as Agatha in the MCU.
Yeah.
Star Greenlight, they greenlit a second season of Power Book 3. I don't know, y'all watch that probably.
What's that damn show about the ghosts in them?
Yeah, them people.
Yeah, I'll be honest, I did watch, you know, the original show, but they lost me. They lost me once. Those last 2 seasons were really hard to get through, and then when it was done, I was like, I'm done.
Yeah, I never watched one
episode. Spoiler alert, Ghost is dead.
Well, I've never watched it. Never watched one piece of it.
Ghost dies. Amari Hardwick character dies.
So what's the point? Showtime ordered a TV series starring 2 Saturday Night Live alumni, Molly Shannon, my girl Molly Shannon. Why I call myself a superstar in the first place.
Yeah.
And Vanessa Bayer, she plays these odd like characters. Very funny.
Talking about,
she always makes that weird smile, like, and she's always like a bank teller in TV shows. Plays those side characters that are the normalcy but not really weird as well. She plays normal very well, but in awkward situations, but she also plays very weird very well as well. Where am I at? There is going to be a prequel movie made about the Army of the Dead movie that Zack Snyder made on Netflix called Army of Thieves. I guess about them before the zombies came. How great. Wow. It is not directed by Zack Snyder, but it was co-written by him. And finally, this was hot off the presses before we went live. Antonio Banderas has joined the cast of Indiana Jones 5.
I'm about to say, Knives Out.
No, I think
we haven't had one of those updates in a minute now.
They should. They did start filming that, so
they should. Okay, so they should be.
Hopefully, they done with like talking about who gonna be in it, because they should be shooting it at this point.
Right. Period.
All right. So now the time has come. This week we had decided to talk about blockbusters, but blockbusters that did not bust the block.
The block wasn't hot. The block didn't bust.
It flopped. It
flopped. It flipped. It flopped. It just was just like a dead fish. Just
hit. It didn't hit with anyone. It just did not hit with anyone, and they spent a lot of money to make it happen, and it just was a
look. It was the reverse of Cardi's song. It was down. It was down. It was down. It was down.
It was not. It was. It was not. Oh man. It was not up and stuck. It was not up and stuck.
It was not up and stuck. It was down and it fell. It fell and it was down. It fell and it was down. Damn. Damn.
Oh, so this week we decided to watch the film Green Lantern, starring the beloved Canadian hero.
Man, everybody.
Ryan Reynolds,
among
others.
Yeah, which, like, at this point, it, not to jump in it too early, but like kind of just like was watching it and just kept thinking about Deadpool. Just like, I just rather watch that. Like, so I'd rather watch the one movie where he worked at the restaurant. Like, I just think about all the other Ryan Reynolds movies I'd rather be watching right there.
So, it's funny, in the second Deadpool, he does, so Cable, he's from the future and he has some type of tube where he can travel into the past to the future. So at the end of the Deadpool, like the credit scenes, the cut scenes, is Deadpool going back to all of Ryan Reynolds' films that sucked and killing the character. So he killed Green Lantern.
I don't think I've ever seen it. I've definitely seen Deadpool 2, but I don't think I've ever seen that. Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yes, he went into the Wolverine film and killed his because he was himself in the Wolverine movies before he got into the accident. I can't think what the name is. Wade Wilson.
Okay, yep.
So he was Wade Wilson in the Wolverine movies, but in the second Wolverine movie, he was experimented on and turned into this freakish creature, kind of like a Deadpool, but not exactly. And Wolverine had to fight him, so he went into that timeline as well and killed that version of himself as well. So and then he went into Green Lantern world and killed the Green Lantern. Or maybe he didn't kill him, but it was something about like he read the script. Like it was actually a scene with Ryan Reynolds, and maybe he shot himself while he was reading the script. It was something along those lines.
Hilarious. Hilarious, man. Like, take yourself out now.
It's a classic example of why superhero movies are not taken seriously.
Yes.
So this movie, the budget for this movie was a whopping $200 million.
Whew.
Guess how much it
You could have got that damn money to me.
Guess how much it made opening weekend?
I'm gonna go with 23.
Okay, it was a little low. 53 million.
Wow, I'm surprised actually still.
Because we all went to go see this. I took my brothers to go see it. It grossed 116 million domestically. Worldwide, it only grossed 219 million.
It broke even almost.
Nah, maybe barely.
Right.
Yeah, so that movie was a major flop.
Dang.
Yeah, you want to get into it?
Yeah, let's do it. So yeah, Green Lantern came out in good old 2011. I mean, it is classified a superhero movie, part of the DC, comics vibe. So it's it's very simple and straightforward, but with the story. But reckless test pilot Hal Jordan is granted an alien ring that bestows him with otherworldly powers that inducts him into an intergalactic police force, the Green Lantern Corps. Directed by Martin Campbell. And of course, like we said, stars Ryan Reynolds, Blake Lively, and Peter, Sarsgaard?
That was Blake Lively?
Yeah, I didn't realize it either. And then it was one particular scene where I've seen this woman before, and then I realized it was the all dark hair.
That hair threw me.
It's the hair, but yes, that was Blake Lively, and then it all clicked. It all came to me when I seen.
Oh, they married.
Yeah, they're together in real life. I was like, I've seen that woman before, and then it all kind of clicked in. Like,
wow, I had no idea that was her. She looked familiar, but I kept saying I don't know anyone that looks like that.
And then I looked up the cast, and I was like, oh, Blake Lively, and I'm duh, and I was like, oh, she usually doesn't have her hair this dark.
Yeah,
and it was 10 years ago. So
yeah, that's true too. It was. Oh, hey y'all! I didn't even see because.
I've been full screen. I ain't even seen the
people. Hey, hopefully y'all still here, Lord. Right. Sorry, everyone. Hey, Stacy. Hey, Bashweiser. How are you guys doing today?
The homies.
Have y'all ever seen Green Lantern?
Lord have mercy. I can already speak for Bashweiser. She said, I haven't seen it. I don't think I'm going to watch it with you guys this week, but I think I'll still tune in. And it's like, yeah, save yourself.
I mean, it's not a
man.
You don't need to.
And what's so crazy because when I think about like the guy who played Sinestro, right? Sinestro, right?
The handsome man from Kingsman.
Yes, like him, and then you got even Peter's Sarsgaard, or I'm not sure how you say it, who plays Hector, and Tim, even having like Tim Robbins short, Angela friggin' Bassett dude. Like they had some names, they had some faces, they had some people.
Oh, Michael Clark Duncan,
bruh. Like they had vibes in this movie, and it's like, dang.
It just was. First of all, it was too much CGI.
It was entirely too much of the CGIs.
It was too much. And I'm going to be honest with you.
Like, what's real?
The first time when I went to go see that in the movie theater, what I remember the consensus was about the movie when I went to go see it initially, it was too scary and it was not good. I mean, it moved too fast. Because the fear monster, was very horrifying. Now, the second time watching it, and now with everything else that has happened and the way the world is, and seeing Loki die and seeing Tony Stark die and the way film has changed, now it wasn't as scary to me watching it now. But even when I went to go see it in the movies initially, that monster was very terrifying. And I took my Dion was probably like 5 then. And he was scared, and Damon wasn't, he was in his teens, but young teens.
But like, damn,
he was scared too. They didn't want to watch the movie anymore. They were done. Like Dion was freaked out. Damon went to sleep. The older one went to sleep. So it it was not easy for kids to watch, and a lot of people complained about that. That it was scary, and the adults and many of the Green Lantern fans, because I have some friends who are really big Green Lantern fans, they just said they didn't do the story justice.
Yep. And I don't, you know, the thing that kept me interested along the way was I knew nothing. So it was the part that kind of kept me like, okay.
Yeah.
I want to know more. Like, I didn't realize that they were, the intergalactic police force, and I didn't realize their history and the galaxy and all of this stuff, and you know what their purpose was. I didn't realize all of that. So I was watching it, and the oath and all of that, and the monster itself, and hearing about how the monster became the monster, and it was just like, that's what I got at the end of it. It was like, man, they just really killed a good story. Like, they killed the good story. At first I thought that they went too slow, but then after hearing what you said, you are correct. To be an hour and 54 minutes long, they really like sped things along. They didn't give you enough. They didn't even give you a chance to sit in like how reckless of a, Hal was, before they're already telling you that his dad used to be a pilot and that this is how he kind of is fucking up. You know what I'm saying? And then you're just like, damn, bro, like y'all focusing on a lot of the wrong things. Like, instead of making a big deal about the F3, like, which to me, I don't see how that carried in the film, to be perfectly honest. Like, I guess the importance of his job, right, in the military, but like to the overall story, it really, like, right. I just felt like they could have done it. It's just so many things that they could have done better, and I just like they really killed the story.
Yeah, like, the part to me that kind of bothered me was like, okay, so you meet him.
Yeah,
he doesn't seem reckless. He just seems like a young guy who's just a young guy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, if anything, he seems more like cocky.
The whole first like 10 minutes of the movie is like on another planet. We don't know who these people are. We don't know what's going on. Super like, CGI.
I was like, this is the first time, which I'll give them for, which made it interesting, was like the first time you ever seen like aliens on alien type vibe. Like, usually it's aliens versus humans. And so seeing the fear monster suck the soul from these unbeknownst, like, the aliens that crashed on this planet. I guess, yes, it gives you an idea like, oh, this is what we're dealing with. But it still was like, huh?
Like, what the hell is going on? I thought I was watching Green Lantern.
Right. I was so confused. Like, where the hell is Ryan Reynolds?
Right. And then eventually we go back to Earth because obviously Abansor
Yeah.
is going to Americas. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Or not America, but Earth.
yeah. The closest
inhabitable planet.
But that's how they speak about us out in the galactic.
Yeah, because the galaxy don't mess with us humans.
They do not mess with us humans, and I get it, and I really understand.
We got too much freedom, I guess. But no, my issue was like, okay, so you meet him, he messes up at work because he basically has a panic attack while he's flying the plane. Right. He can't be this hot shot guy in this
that everybody wants him to be, which to me, in my eyes, I'm immediately like, military, that's your fault. The man has PTSD, and you know this. You know the man watched his daddy damn die,
and y'all still hire him,
and you still hired him to do exactly what his father was killed by. So right. okay,
right. And they give us before the movie even gets started, we already know what his issues are. Why we already, as the audience, if you watching a film, know why. Oh, so the reason why he's irresponsible and reckless is because he still hasn't dealt with the fact that his father has died, and he's scared he's gonna die just like his father, but he does want to live and be in his father's footsteps.
Yep. Like, you literally understand that at minutes. It's because I of course looked at the timestamp. It's like minute 7 when he hops out of the bed, like they try to act like, again, trying to set the scene of like, oh, he's like this attractive hotshot pilot who's like, he just like gets out of the bed with this girl and just, what did he tell her? Like,
he said, help yourself to the water in the tap.
Yeah, help yourself to the water in the tap. Like,
it's funny because it's Ryan Reynolds. I mean, Ryan Reynolds, Nicolas Cage, Tom Hanks, Tom Cruise. It's only a few, like Will Smith, Denzel Washington. It's only a few actors out here that have their own likeness about them. Owen Wilson, even after watching Loki,
true.
Like these actors have not only been able to act and create characters that we remember and separate from them, but we also can see them in their characters. And
totally.
It's amazing.
And that was the moment. And that was the moment. Yeah, like that was the moment. And I mean, that's what kept me, like I felt like I could have had 2 lists, a list of things that made me laugh, like the things that Ryan Reynolds does to make me laugh, like period. And then on the flip side, like things that I was not supposed to be laughing at, but were just hilarious.
Because Ryan Reynolds.
Because right, period. with some honorable mentions that had nothing to do with him, because Lord have mercy.
It was a lot. Like Hector,
bruh. Between Hector's big overgrown head and nobody like
even saying anything.
Nobody blinking a fucking eye about it and just going on per usual. And Angela Bassett being smacked against that motherfucker. She just like
this whole time I had thought she died. And I was like, oh, well, I guess she didn't die. This whole time I thought she was dead.
Smacked up against the...
And whole ass burning his dad alive. Like,
and whole ass killing... Okay, he burnt... But this is the second time.
I know, right?
Because the first time he tried to kill his daddy cracked me up. I was like, this nigga is really about to kill his daddy. Fuck, he is pissed. Who fucking pissed off Hector? Like,
the world.
Even the way that, but even the way that story is introduced, you know what I'm saying? Where it's like, first of all, okay, giving Hector the like receding hairline and the mustache was just still not enough to convince me that was his dad.
Oh, no.
They will just seem entirely too close in age to like
and they all grew up together,
and then that too, the whole like we all grew up together, and it's just like,
and I mean, this may be comic book reference, but because I'm not a DC comic like head, so I don't know, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, it's cool, Sunny D.
Hey, Sunny.
Hey. It's cool, hang around as much as you can. Remember, we go up on the YouTube, so you can always watch the episode after the fact. But thanks for stopping by, say hi. But for real though, like it just y'all can hear, like you don't need to see the movie in order to know anything. Like I guess what I'm trying to say is, like, if you're listening to us and you haven't seen the movie, we're giving you it all. Like, we're not perfect. You know what I'm saying? Like, whenever we do our reviews in movies, and sometimes we go past things, I'll skip past a whole scene, a whole pivotal part. But this, like, they just gave everything on a platter. Like,
it was like,
that's what I'm trying to say. No. You didn't have to do no guessing in this movie.
No, it was just like, oh, so he gonna go to America. I mean, the Earth, and then he gonna find him,
Ryan, right?
And then
he gonna
Ryan But that scene bothered me because I'm sorry, Toya. If I stumbled upon a green light appeared and took me away from, because first of all, I don't know if they had cell phones. But he was at his nephew's birthday party.
He was at his nephew's birthday party.
His car was still there. They knew he was leaving. Nobody questioned that. He's in a green orb that took him all the way on the other side of the state or the town he lived in. No questions. He gets out. It's a ship. He runs to the ship. The ship looks alien because when Taika Waititi's character got out of his car, he looked from a distance and said, "That's an alien ship."
Yep, he said that's a spaceship.
And
he moved off top.
Then you get over there. The man is purple. You trying to help him. What is "don't stay with me"? That bothered me that first line that he said was "stay with me." Now, what are you? Who are you? Where you came from?
And then like does his Ryan Reynolds spiel where he's like, yeah, stay with me. The ambulance on the way with purple blood. Like,
and then he's like, we're gonna find a hospital that has purple blood.
Yeah, like dude,
like okay,
dude. Like,
thank God for the Ryan Reynolds part about it,
right? Because you was able to make me like
don't make no sense,
right? You made an awkward situation kind of funny, but still awkward.
But even more so, like, did you read the script and realize that this was dumb, and you just added that line in there, like?
Like, let's be honest, we know Ra put in some of his own stuff. Like, he ad-libbed a lot of that. And I mean, I guess that's what it was. Like, I don't know if Ryan Reynolds was like, you know what? I'm going to take a chance. I want to be a goddamn superhero. That's why Deadpool is so damn good, because he was like, I'm not making that mistake again.
Well, first it's Marvel.
And it's Marvel. Yes, right. All right. That's the other thing. It's freaking Marvel. Yeah. I forget that. I forget. Deadpool is not part of the DC or just because at first I thought it was like just its own, and then I was like,
it's a part of the Sony verse.
Oh, okay.
DC. That's why it's able to do like the X-Men portion of it.
Got it. Okay. That's what kind of messed with my head. So that's what had me confused. But yeah, so like you just like you said, you get snatched up. Nobody cares. Nobody thinks to call. You say what's up. In fact, you go out of your way to call somebody to rush them over.
Oh, so he did have a cell phone, yeah?
Yeah. So he did have a cell phone. Oh, but let's not forget, after you ask the purple man to stay with you and he does die, he tells you to take this ring,
You take it. And you take the thing.
Take it over to that lantern. I've always had a hard time saying that word, and because I just want to get rid of the end altogether. Like ladder. Take it over to that, John, and I want you to say
the oath.
The oath, and then it sounds like he's about to say the oath. They're like, you have the great responsibility. Some real Uncle Ben type shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
don't say by the power of Greystone.
Yeah, like
he's saying all these different chants from all of these other like movies and shows.
Bruh, and it's just like, dude, I don't even know who you are or I don't know what you are. You asked me to do this? I don't think I want to take no oath, bruh. Like, you're an alien. I don't want, like, you do got a nice body, but I don't want that. Like, I don't know by doing this oath what I'm about to like do to myself. You know what I'm saying? But
right. But the irresponsible man takes on this responsibility.
Yeah, which was like the wildest thing to me.
And then Taika Waititi comes and saves him from the from Oz Bansur.
Yeah. I couldn't think of his name either. Right, because I'm so used to calling him Purple Man.
So, basically he figures out how to, well, he doesn't figure it out. The oath overpowers him and allows him to quote the oath without even thinking.
Yep.
Him and Blake Lively go on a date.
Yeah.
Some people come to beat his ass because they lost his job.
Yeah.
And he makes
remember, he's a out of pocket pilot who's testing these new jets and stuff, and he basically has that panic attack we speak of earlier, and it just plummets, and he has to rescue himself, and it plummets into the ground. And so it's like everybody's mad at him for that, and he wants Blake Lively character, like, he like, man, you're a pilot, like you shouldn't be on my head the way that the business people are like, you should be one of the homies, you should be hearing me out. But it's like they put all that to the side because they really fuck with each other. They really like each other. I would say dare say love each other, you know?
Yeah, definitely. But everybody lose their job messing around with him, so the people come and beat him up outside, and he makes a mistake and uses his little Green Lantern power. And then he gets sucked up in another ball of green and taken out of space.
Taken completely out of this world. Out of this world he is taken. And then just like
just
thrust into this, thrown into the world, thrust into the world, where it's like, yeah, man, I know I'm a big ass fish talking to you and shit, but like this is like the dealio.
Yeah, and you have on this suit, and it's this weird scene where you're being shocked with only underwear on, and then you wake up and then you're in a green suit, and then you're talking to a fish guy, and then he's telling you we're gonna fly now, and then you automatically just know how to fly, and then you go to this meeting of the minds with everybody from everywhere with green suits on, and they're telling you that you are now a police officer guy who has a lantern green light ring that can literally.
And also the shade when they like are like, oh, we have fallen soldiers, you know what I'm saying, our fallen warriors, no one can replace the Purple Man, and everybody looks back at him like,
oh right,
like damn, I mean my man's picked up,
and he the first few human to.
Yeah, I guess it was the human part more than anything, but I peeped the shade. I had peeped the shade.
Also, I peeped the shade on his face because half his face was dark because of the way they did the lighting for that scene, and I didn't understand that at all.
Well, looky here. It is the very reason, and I learned this, like, I'm sure you have too. Lighting on green screen ain't easy. Lighting on green screen ain't easy. You gotta like the green screen. You gotta like the people. You gotta like everything.
Yeah, that was some weird lighting. That was because it wasn't that, because the guy next to him wasn't that dark, and the guy on the other side wasn't that dark either.
I think it may have been a moment where they said we can fix it in post, and
then they couldn't fix it in
post. Anyway, but yes, that whole sequence happens, and
it's all green screen. Everything,
it's all green screen. It's all CGI. It's all fake. There's no other like humans other than that the lead character played by what was his name again? The Sinestro. Sinestro, yeah. So like he's the only like prominent person who like gives off like what was the verbiage? Humanoid type vibes, but obviously still an alien. And like you realize that even though the man that the Purple Man that passed away, you realize that he was super important, but you realize that this is still a big organization, and so it's not just them. It's not just these few people or whatever.
Right. Well, it looked like it was about 10,000 people up in there.
It looked like it was so many of them. Like, damn, the galaxy really is huge. If they need this many people out there patrolling and helping.
And I just kept saying, like, okay, so they keep putting their lights, their things up. Why don't the monster just come and eat them? They keep giving away where they at.
I was thinking that too. I was like, well, everybody just gotta wait a couple days. Y'all gonna show everybody where y'all at before I go. Like, literally. But
I don't understand why the CGI was so bad, because Avatar came out in 2009. That came out in 2001. The CGI is not that bad in Avatar. Like, it still holds up to some of the movies, like, some of the movies that come out today.
Maybe it's a case of like, nah, I don't know. I don't know. I wish I had the answer to it. I didn't get a chance to research too much about this, about like things like that. But yeah, it was very disappointing. It was very disappointing.
Then he get his ass beat by Michael Clark Duncan.
All right, yeah. So he goes through his training, you know, although he is based in some knowledge, like he has some knowledge and some bases that they just give to him, where it's like he just knows certain things. He maybe doesn't know necessarily why or how. Obviously, he knows how.
You just reminded me of something.
What?
You know what is another part that was stupid?
What?
When he met the fish guy, and the fish guy was telling him where he was from, and then he said where he was from, how many people inhabit his planet, and he said, "So where am I?"
And it was like moments like that made you feel like, okay, so why did you give him that knowledge but not this? Like
that don't make no sense.
It made absolutely no sense the way that, like, I get it, the ring gets put on, then he says the oath, but like, why wasn't the whole thing just like
in his head? Like
in his head, why didn't he understand the Green Lantern Corps thing? Period.
Yeah, like it was weird. So then Sinestro beat him up and disrespect him hardcore, but he made up some cool things in his head when he was fighting him.
True,
he did. Like
true, and it was moments like that where it's like, okay, I see what y'all did. I like what y'all doing. Okay, you kind of bringing me back.
Yeah, like it was definitely tolerable, and it made me laugh a lot. It made me laugh a lot.
Oh man, I did.
It made me laugh a lot. Like the elders, they were funny looking, so I made me laugh.
Oh my god! Like, you know, I felt like, you know, when we got to a certain place in the 2000s, aliens kind of stopped looking like just really small face and huge like craniums, like it got
X-Files.
Yeah, like X-Files, Independence Day. Like aliens kind of stopped looking like that, right? At one point. And so I was just always laughing about the big ass heads in like big ass heads in this movie, big old bobbleheads. Like,
and they had no legs.
And they ain't never got no legs.
With them long ass cloaks.
It just be baby faces, big cranium domes, like in the back, like the back of the TV type vibe heads. Like, and then just long robe, like just
floating, just out here, just floating, just dangling, actually,
like low key, like dangling.
Oh man, it's okay. He don't want to be. He quit. He basically, y'all done beat my ass, made me look like a bitch. I quit.
Bro, I'm good.
So then he go back home and he go to this party. In the meantime, in between time, we done met Hector. Hector done met Angela Bassett. Angela Bassett then brought him in on this secret project. The secret project is Abon Sur's body. He's supposed to investigate his body. While he up in his body, you know, the fear monster shot him. And so he got pricked by the fear monster because the fear juice was still up in him.
The fear juice.
She made sense to them. I'm just explaining it to you how I see it. I call it how I see it.
Pretty much.
The fear juice was up in him. He got shocked with the fear juice and he went home and he had a fear dream. And then he woke up and he was full of fear. Basically.
She ain't lying.
I'm sorry.
She ain't lying. She ain't lying.
That shit's
I mean,
so
full of fear.
It's so funny when I say it like that.
But it's so true, bro. Man got pricked. He was like, He was covering that thing up.
Oh,
went home and just like you said, had the sweatiest, feared up
fear dreams. Night terrors.
Couldn't sweat it out. Got up like, the fuck?
And then went on about his day and
went
weird
about
stuff started happening. So now we're back. We find out that his father is a senator and he's the one who set him up with the job. And Hector is unappreciative of his father's connections, which is weird because my dad was a senator and he didn't give me the connections. I would have felt some type of way.
Yeah, so, bro man was pissed. Like, damn, you could have gave this chance to somebody else. Like,
I don't get that.
I didn't understand that either. Again, just a piece of his character that we just never like. Because as we said before, once he gets our first time seeing him is dealing with Abon Sur. So we don't get an idea of like who he truly is before he's just like slowly becoming another life force of the fear monster. You know what I'm saying?
Like an inhabitant.
Inhabitant of the fear monster. So it's like you never understand why he makes certain decisions. Like we understand why he made the decisions that he made moving on, but like Hector, like the real Hector, why would Hector be mad at his dad for something like that? I mean, obviously his dad definitely doesn't believe in him in some degree, because what we realize is one of the benefits of this fear joint is like he can read minds and connect with
visions
and get visions and memories of people through touch and so when you start to hear him read the mind of his father, or hear the thoughts that his father are having about him, sounds like his father didn't have a lot of confidence in him, but was just like, maybe this is the thing to get my son where he needs to be. But again, still just weird shit, just like story connecting pieces that, it just didn't make sense. So we're at the party and we're introduced to Hector. And where we've been knew Hector, but like now we're seeing Hector, Blake Lively's character, and Hal, Ryan Reynolds' character, like all like kicking,
grew up together.
Yeah, and then we're finding out that they all grew up together, and it's just like.
And there's always been a liking for Claire. That's her character name.
That is her name. That is her name. Nope. Carol.
Okay, I knew it was something. Carol and Hal, but you can see that Hector always liked Claire, but she knew Claire didn't like him because she liked Hal, and he feels the type of way about that. Plus, he think he a loser, and he think he is this and that and the other. So Hector is that guy. That guy. He's that guy.
Maybe it's because your dad named you Hector, and you don't got no Mexican in you, bro. Like, that's not cool.
Yeah, because I kept saying, why is his name Hector?
Why is this man's name Hector?
So Hector decides he fed up with his daddy. He fell up with Blake. He fell up with Hal. He fed up with the whole damn system.
I don't give a damn.
He gonna kill everybody. So he tries to kill everybody. Then randomly, Green Lantern decides he wants to be a Green Lantern again because he quit, and now he's gonna be Green Lantern, and now he's gonna save everyone by using a Hot Wheels track like he did at his nephew's house that we only saw for a split second, so we probably wouldn't even remember that when we saw it by the time we did. But thank God I did, because now I can tell you guys that's why he did a Hot Wheel track, because it was
because I didn't get it.
Oh yeah, remember when he was leaving his nephew's room and he hit the Hot Wheel track at the end?
He did. So stupid. So damn stupid. Stupid. I was like,
why? But even still, why? That was not. But I mean, I guess that was the point. Okay, so he saves everyone, but I mean, I thought Blake Lively was dead because the whole stage did fall on her, but I guess not.
Oh, right, because he put a force field around her.
Yeah, so she was fine, and then he was like, "Okay, I saved him, so I think I'm gonna be this superhero man now."
Right.
Then this night, Hector get really messed up by the fear monster, and he like his head grow like real big, like Pinky in the Brain.
In the brain,
and it's like he got a tumor because he breathing all hard and stuff. And now keep in mind he had already tested his blood, so he already knew something was wrong, but he didn't care. So he went back to his office. He's testing his blood because he all messed up. His arm won't move, and he can't walk, and his clothes look crazy on him. But I think maybe that's just how he dressed. And his head all swole up.
I mean, swole up.
Like he like Elephant Man type.
Yes, like for real, like Elephant Man. That movie with Cher, where the son had the mask, the big face and stuff, like deformity, like something's wrong.
So Angela Bassett come up to the house, to the school, like, hey man, we need you to come with us. And then she like look at him, and then he like read her whole life. She lost her whole family to gun violence. And he like, ha ha ha, I'm a weirdo.
Racist.
Yeah, just a little bit. And then he's like, ha ha ha, another symptom. I can feel your memories. I'm just a weird creepo now. And
I was like, Angela, if you were not scared before, you should be scared now.
Oh, they were scared. That's why they came in there like that. They knew he was all messed up.
They did come in there hella deep. They knew what was up. And then that's when they tell him what he already knows is like, bro, when we brung in the other alien, it was some other alien inside of it, and you done got part of that alien
inside of you. So now,
sir, we need you to lay down so we can help you out and extract you or help you, like extract that alien out of you. Like,
I didn't know if they was gonna put a needle in his head and just pull the goo out or what.
I ain't know if they was gonna kill him or not, right? I ain't know what they was gonna do. So I kind of feel them like I would have broke loose too. Like, hell no. They should have had a better plan. Like, we want to help you. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, like any evil thing, anything that gets possessed with something evil, they're like, no, we don't want to fucking leave because we're living. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, we're doing so, yeah, you know what I'm saying? They're doing the opposite,
right?
Evil, like, right. Or not the opposite, but you know what I'm saying. Anyways, bruh,
this scene. Oh, so in the meantime, in between, wait, did this happen before or after? Did he reveal himself to Blake Lively before or after this, or while this was kind of happening?
I'm going to say while this was kind of happening because he's slowly like becoming very newspaper on the wall of all of Blake Lively's things and how she's the darling and how everybody loves her. So that was building as we got to that place. And then once the Green Lantern messed that up, because that was the only time they kind of bumped heads, right? So yeah, it's all kind of happening at the same time.
So he done told Taika Waititi that he Green Lantern.
Yep.
Then he go to her house in the suit, and she all she did was walk up on him. I feel like she could smell him, like
something,
and she knew it was him.
Because like, dude, even when he had saved her in that moment, I'm like,
she kind of looked at him like she kind of looked at him like,
because remember, Hal is a huge dude. Everybody knows what he looks like. So you put just like she mentions later, where she's like, I know who the hell you are. Like, you think you could push it? What she said? You think you can put a mask over your face and that can hide your cheekbones? Like, like that's somebody that knows you.
Like, she was like, I done seen you. They've been knowing each other since they was 6, and they done had sex.
And they done had sex. She said it. I seen you naked.
She done seen every
inch. know you.
Every bruise, every scratch, every cut.
I know.
Can't hide from me.
Right. That's how I be tripping about people who be like pointing me out with a mask on. I'm like, I have a mask on. How do
and probably a hat.
And probably a hat. I think somebody peeped me out with a mask on, this hat, and some glasses. I'm like, how did you know it was me? And the hat was flipped. Like, how did you know it was me? I knew it was you. Like, dang.
That's funny. So he go to try to save the people, Angela Bassett and the daddy, and he was unsuccessful. He did a terrible job. It was so bad. Terrible. So he touched him and finds out that it's Hal, and now he really like, oh shit, I'm gonna get you, boy. I'm about to go straight to get Claire or Karen or whatever her name is.
Carol.
I done said every name but
everyone but the one.
So now keep in mind when Hector started turning into the fear monster, the film monster was alerted. So the fear monster was like,
he's on his way.
I'm coming. Oh, but then when he found out it was a Green Lantern, he said, oh, I'm coming for you. And I'm going to kill everything you love. And I'm on my way right now. So in the interim, Sinestro then went to the deities or the elders or the whomevers and said, hey, the man.
Floating big head niggas.
Yeah. And said, hey, man, look, y'all not being forthcoming about what the hell is going on in this world. How can we kill this man? Who is this man? What is this? Because I took my best fighters and they was bones. They was bones. And I was just like, whoa. So then they tell them the story about how they harnessed. What did they harness? Not glory, not pride, not honor.
Fear.
No, they harnessed
not fear, not will, because that was my favorite part of the goddamn movie. Will. They harnessed the energy of will because, goddamn, I'm sorry, I forgot the line, but it was like something connected. Like that is having will is the only thing that can combat fear.
Okay, you're right. Oh, that's good. So. Then they tell the story about how the one day they was losing some will. So they was like, oh, we need to find another energy source. So somebody said, hey, what about fear? Oh, that might be a good idea. So they went to the fear house and then somebody got real messed up real bad. So they said, nah, maybe we shouldn't do no fear. But one guy said, I know I can.
I could do it.
Be what I want to be. And he went in there. And he went into the fear, and then he got feared on up.
Oh, he got feared on up. You can't have you can't have a slither of it. Not a slither.
Not a piece of it. You can't have none of it.
And he went in there with that fear, and it
ate him up. It ate him up and turned him into something else. And now he became the fear monger. So they put him in a little fear hole to hide him. And then them people came and busted him out by mistake. So he came out and now he wanted to destroy everything. But Sinestro didn't understand why he was coming for their town. So he was like, well, he mad at us.
Coming straight to Oa. Like, why they?
Yeah, that's the name of it. That's what it is. That. Yes, it's Oa.
I was trying to knock that one down. Like, let me remember this.
So they came to, he wanted to come to Oa. And he was like, oh, that's because, he mad at us because we ain't have his back and we just put him in a hole.
Yeah. He used to be one of the homies. Like,
pretty much. So, this is the nigga version of
this is completely. We are giving you a very just like, yep, nigga version. Like, straight up, like, do you want to know what the movie is about or what I got from the movie?
So Sinestro like, yo, well, if he coming to Oa, then we need to go to Fear Firetown because that's what it looked like. It looked like fear is made of fire. So let's go to Fear Town and let's harness fear and make a ring out of it. And we gonna fight fear with fear. And that's what it's gonna be.
Thinking with your noggin.
But in the version of the movie I saw in the movie theater, Sinestro actually puts on the ring of fear, and him and Ryan Reynolds, I believe, have to fight or something. And I've seen clips of his suit turning yellow, and I remember something like this happening, but it was not in this version.
Oh, it was not at all, because I don't know what the hell you talking about. I could say that you are just making that up.
I remember that, though. I remember that. And it was an extended cut, but it cost $14, and ain't nobody paying that.
Nobody's paying $14 to see Sinestro in a goddamn yellow suit.
Being bad, because that means that technically turned into a bad guy.
I see it in him. Them eyebrows look evil.
But you didn't think about like what they did with that ring, like because they made the whole ass ring.
You know what? That is so true. I mean, but that's what I'm saying. This movie, it got to a point where I stopped even asking questions.
because they didn't show him destroy it. They didn't show who they gave it to after it was created. Did Sinestro keep it? Sinestro kind of gave me like bad vibes anyway, so it made me wonder, like,
did he just keep it tucked?
Yeah,
especially since when you got the older folk up there, like, don't give a goddamn, like they just be chilling up there with their big ass head, like.
So now, you know, they find out Earth is now in the course of the fear monster, and why they making the ring. So they like, oh well, Earth is gonna be destroyed. So here come Hal Jordan, like, y'all ain't about to destroy my town. Y'all gonna help me, because humans may be dumb, we may be slow, we may be whatever you want to call
all that good stuff, but
we humans.
Yeah, we deserve to keep living our trash ass lives, like.
Right. So basically, Sinestro and them say, the woman gonna look at him and say, you make a good point, but we look at time over billions of years, and even though you might be right, we still can't help you. So then he said, okay, well, forget y'all, I'll just go. Let me show y'all, and I'll go save my town myself. But the best warriors who've been Green Lanterns for years couldn't beat this monster.
Right.
But Hal Jordan, the guy who's only been a Green Lantern for a few days.
For real, like, y'all, it's been like 4 days in this movie.
And he can. First rule, he broke his toe. Everybody he was Green Lantern. He gonna save the world. He gonna save the world. Okay.
They say the rules of engagement, like.
So Hector been told by the fear monster, hey, you need to kill this guy because he's a Green Lantern. He get all in his feelings. He gonna get Claire and kidnap her, and that's not her name, Carol, and kidnap her.
Because you weren't gonna change. You're not gonna change.
And he gon' you know, bring Hal to the well, who brought who?
He lured Hal there with Carol.
Oh, with Carol.
Because I guess I think he rolled up on Hector's shit and realized that Hector, like I said, been putting up the newspaper clippings, like, I'm on that ass. I'm on that ass. If you want to know what my goal is, it's right here on these walls. Like,
so then he meet up with him. He gives him the ring, which was dumb.
Because where was the guarantee that the fear monster was gonna kill Hector?
Oh, that's a good question.
And I got very sleepy throughout this film, so I had to do a couple pause, 10 seconds. But, like, that was one where I was like, okay, I'm up. What did I miss? Why did he feel like he was incapable? Because, like, he was going off doing his own thing, like, because he was, like, freelancing or, like, freestyling, like.
Because he was freestyling.
He was freestyling a little bit, like. You know, still some Hector in him, obviously. So he was just doing his own little thing on the side. But it was just hella confusing. Like, yeah.
So then the fear monster leaves this place.
Yep.
And goes for the Gusto. And all of these people remind me of Independence Day. When all the people was in the street and, like, they shouldn't have been. And they were just like, but wait. Okay, look. Now, I thought that my method of thinking would have saved me, but it wouldn't have, because the fear monster went literally through everything, every building, everything.
Yeah, it wasn't no safe haven in this movie.
Yeah, but like, I mean,
you couldn't have stayed in your car. You couldn't have been behind no mailbox. You couldn't have went inside of a building. You couldn't went in the basement of a building, upstairs of a building. Like, nothing. There was nothing that was gonna save you. Like, you didn't run fast enough. You didn't hide fast enough. Like,
you was just dead. You remind me of that monster from Transformers, where he was just shooting people and it was just disappearing,
just gone.
Like, Jesus.
Like, how dare?
Just clothes left. Wow. Like, so, or like War of the Worlds.
Yeah.
When that thing was shooting, like the thing had the eye and it was shooting, it was just like people was just gone. It was just gone. It was just gone. So okay, now he come because now he didn't have a pep talk, and I really do like this part. I really do like the part where, he like, I don't know how I'm gonna fight. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. And Blake Lively is basically like, well, what do you have to do? How do you have to do it? And he's basically like, well, the ring sees something in me, because he basically admitted that he was afraid, that he didn't know if he was good enough, that he didn't know all of these things, and the ring sees something in him that he doesn't see in himself. And she basically like, well, I see it, and and I've always seen it. I just wish you saw it. And that's just one of them things. It happens to all of us, where people see things in us that we don't see. And I mean, it takes some people to take a day, some people to take 10 years, but he didn't have time.
No, he didn't have time to really sit up there and be like, is it in me? Like, he had to take her word for it and go with it. Like, with what he had,
But the interesting thing that she said that was really good is, well, what if it's not about not being afraid? It's about being able to harness your fear and overcoming it. That's beautiful.
And that is absolutely beautiful, because that's what they all said. That's the thing. Like, nobody said it was going to be easy. Like, running after your dreams and not running after your dreams both hurt. They hurt. They're hard. It's sad. It's happy times. It's good times. But you just pick which one you want. Like, being broke is hard and being rich is hard. So, like, pick your hard.
Right.
Guess what? Getting on a roller coaster is scary. Like, but is it life threatening? Is there part of that? Like, yeah, you know that your life is being a little risk, but is there some exhilarating fun part of it? Yes, it's there. So it's like, how can I take all that energy and put it into a more positive place? Because nobody's saying that you're not going to be scared. Straight up. And so it's like, that was a moment that, like, between that, the whole, like, Ryan's comedic timing, like, things that were funny that weren't supposed to be funny, like Hector's head, and like the Will stuff, I was like, oh, it wasn't that bad. Like it, to get through, not as a whole, like, to get through. Like, those are the things that carry me to the next point. And then at this point,
it's about to go down, ain't it?
About to go down, like, oh shit, like, there's nobody has help, nobody, even though in a weird way, the fear monster low-key does have help, because I realized it was very much so, like, giving me Mummy, like, when you fall in the pits and then the lost souls.
Because he was basically pulling all them people in.
All those souls that he had already were a part of him, and they were kind of doing his job for him.
Because keep in mind, at the beginning of the movie, he didn't look like that. He still looked like the little elder people.
He was like stuck in a wall. Like, he wasn't, he didn't have all of that. So it was like, he's
just eating. He's eating.
Just eating, getting more powerful as he goes on, and really just getting people on their fear. But nobody was able to think long enough to approach the situation.
Yeah, like a It situation. Like, I'm scared, but I'm not scared of you. You know what I'm saying? Right. I'm not scared of you. I'm scared, but you can't hurt me. You can't take me down, because I'm not gonna allow you to, because I mean, that's really what it is. You know what I'm saying?
That's literally what it is.
That's really what it is. And I mean, that's a mind F in itself. But having to stare literal fear in the face and say, I'm not afraid. I mean, I'm afraid, but I am not going to allow fear to overcome me. And then that be your saving grace. And that's why he was able to win. And he had really cool imaginative toys that he pulled out. I really enjoyed his what do you call that thing? The gun, the Gatling gun, and no, that wasn't in. He didn't have a Gatling gun in. He had the other gun. Yeah. And then what else? He had so many cool like things that he pulled out right then.
He did. That was a fun part too. That was the part that was like, okay, now your powers seem kind of cool. Like, because the whole you take the ring and imagine whatever you will need to imagine to create to fight with. It seemed kind of lame. Didn't get it. Like, Batman at least has millions of dollars.
I mean, but like the coolest part about his power is he could imagine a gun, but it's still gonna shoot a real bullet. Like it still made fire. Like if he did a fire thrower, it still made real fire.
Actually made real fire. It just wasn't like he could only create things that could, like a bat, like
you know what I'm saying? He could create whatever he imagined.
Yeah,
which is really cool. And I think he hit him like the fear monster dude threw him into a chimichanga truck. And I never went back to investigate that because that would be really funny if it is, because Deadpool loves chimichangas. So, I mean,
wow.
Wow. I definitely feel like that was a Mexican food truck that he got thrown into.
I believe it was. Interesting. I like stuff like that. I love Easter eggs like that. And I like that.
That was funny to me. But okay, so he remembers what Michael Clark Duncan tells him, and he basically saves the earth. Like he literally pulls the fearmonger out of Earth, and he takes him to the sun because the gravitational pull of the sun can pull anything into it, and which was really smart. And then he uses the F3s to be his harness and keep him, and then he wins. And then all the fucking Green Lanterns want to come out and give him his fucking props.
Right. Yeah. Now they want to be on some like, we see why he picked you, cuz. We see why now. Like, fuck y'all.
Can I train him or can I train him? R.I.P.
R.I.P. God, man.
So he goes on to be Green Lantern.
Right.
He leaves to do his Captain Marvel jurisdictional patrolling and training, and I guess loses his...
my job requires me to travel.
Right. And so in my mind, I'm saying, so like, you don't have a job right now. So like, did you move out of your apartment and put all your stuff in storage? Like, who's paying your bills? Because do you get a paycheck? Like, I don't really.
Yeah. Now that you have these powers, like, do you even want to eat anymore and like drink and like
what is the deal with it? I don't. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know,
like, how are you surviving?
Yeah, I mean, and we ask ourselves these questions because, like, think about it. Clark Kent, he didn't grow up rich. He grew up working on a farm. He had a day job like that actually paid his bills because he was not Batman. So he worked as a journalist, and he went to college, and he put himself through school, and he had to do all of that because his family was just farmers. Like, these are the questions that you wonder about when you think about superheroes, because all superheroes are not rich.
Right.
And even like with Marvel, them doing Falcon and the Winter Soldier, you realize that those people, Captain America wasn't being paid. They weren't being paid. They were getting services done for them. Like Tony Stark made sure they all had places to stay. They were all displaced. The ones who survived, who were Avengers after Tony Stark died, they all were displaced because he was taking care of everything for them.
Yep.
So when the government took back over and created new organizations, like, they were fucked because they don't get a paycheck for saving the world.
Yep.
Little Spider-Man, he got to go to high school.
Straight up.
And Tony Stark is no longer alive. So even him, like, you know, what is he going to do? Like, Happy is still there. And they did, I believe, still give him a scholarship. But like, Tony Stark had gave him like a scholarship and stuff. Yep. You know what I'm saying? Like, Tony Stark was looking out.
He was.
Because, I mean, I feel like Batman the one paid the Justice League people.
Most likely.
Well, Wonder Woman she has a job. She curates art, so she makes good money. But I'm going too far with this.
Yeah.
But sorry. But I mean, it makes you think. Like, do you really want to be a superhero?
No, for real. Do you really want to be a superhero? Like, do you really want this lifestyle?
I mean, because if you in your Superman costume and they want to give you a free car, and then you say, "I'll take the car," and then they see you driving the car, and now everybody know you're Superman.
Right.
You know, how does that work?
You gotta put gas in that beat. And you gotta. I was just talking to my friend about this. Like, bro.
Like, should they
no matter if you got a brand new car or older car, you have to maintain that car from the oil changes to the to hourly things. Like, and honestly, you know, my dad, I remember he would tell me, he would always be like, you need to wash your car. And in my head, I was like, it's gonna be all right. He'd be like, no, like that's how cars get dusty and rusty, and like you really, you know, how you got to take care of your car, how the front, like what is it, the headlights and stuff, like you have to maintain your shit. But like the moral of the story being like being a goddamn superhero costs money. And you are sacrificing more than just your livelihood, right?
Or your life,
you know, like so. But I mean, overall, like this is a film that I guess that we broke it down, like why we like it and why we don't.
Yeah. I mean, it was it's not something that I would watch like a lot, but I would watch it again. I don't mind it. It's not that bad. I mean, it's not that bad. It's not that good, but I also watch Captain Marvel frequently.
Yeah.
And Captain Marvel is not that good either, but I watch it a lot actually. So it's a movie that I can just watch and laugh a little bit and then go back doing something else. I don't know why I like Captain Marvel so much.
Interesting.
I don't. It's not a good movie. I don't know. It's weird.
Yeah.
But
yeah, that's where I'm at with it. I'm kind of, you know, it's not like I'll never, but say what you said.
It's not a Krampus.
It's not a Krampus. Yep, it's not a Krampus. If it's on, it's on. I'm gonna sit back, laugh at it, make fun of it, have a look. You know, it's a movie that you love to like hate watch. Like I'll hate watch it for sure. Like roasting the aliens and roasting Hector's big old head and just like roasting the storyline, but laughing at Ryan Reynolds and some of the funny parts. Like, for instance, when, how do you say his name?
Ab Mansour.
No, the
Sinestro.
The nerd kid. Who's the man who played him?
Taika Waititi.
Yeah, Taika Waititi. He, when he's like showing him the suit, and then he's like, I gotta recharge.
Oh yeah.
And he's like, oh, green. This is like that part was funny as hell to me. Like, oh, green.
It was a lot of green.
It really was,
and that was that bright ass Celtics green.
Yeah. Green was one of my favorite colors, so I was digging it. I liked it. But yeah, man, I can see why. I mean, and I think that's the thing. Superhero movies, especially like this, we're not talking about like a Jackass or like made up ass, you know, superheroes that have been, I couldn't think of anything, not Jackass, but I'm like Jackass, Kick-Ass.
Okay. I'm like,
we're not talking about like made up story superheroes. We're talking about like people like, so I can understand why they put the money that they did into this and thought that maybe this would do all right. We got Ryan, you know, we got
it's Green Lantern. He's a Justice League character.
Yeah, so, but they really dropped the ball, you know. They really dropped the ball.
It wouldn't be the first time. DC
it would not at all be the first time. So it is what it is. Any more like last final thoughts on this film?
I mean, if you watch it, just know that you're really coming there for the actors, to be honest. I mean, that's it. That's pretty much it. It is definitely a blockbuster film. But it was not successful.
Man.
Yeah, and I guess next week we're gonna be watching a super successful blockbuster film.
Yes, we're doing Hunger Games, correct?
Correct.
Yep, Hunger Games, the very first one, right?
Yes.
Yep, that's going to be on Peacock, which it is like a NBC platform, but it is free to be a part of, and this is also free as well. So, yeah, download Peacock. Like I was on Peacock, and I was like, okay, they got some stuff.
Yeah, they got some stuff.
Like especially if you feeling that it's hurt my feelings. I came across a couple things and they've been talking about get Paramount Plus and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, ugh!
Right.
I'm just trying to I'm trying my best to rough it out as long as I can. But Peacock was they had some good stuff. So, if you're missing a couple things you feel like you haven't seen in a while, you might be super surprised if you go on there. It might be on there.
Yeah, you can watch like the first 5 seasons of The Office for free. So
and that's not too shabby.
And that's the only place you can watch The Office on. So
for real. So you take advantage of it before they capture it up and take it somewhere else.
Yeah, or just make it all pay.
Right, that too. All right, well, I actually do have a movie quote. So
oh, wonderful.
I know I have forgot all about it, but then it just clicked in my head. I was like, how do we usually outro the show? Like, oh yeah, a movie quote. So I'll talk a little bit about why I picked it, and then we'll go with that. So the character Bruce Wayne says, I wanted to save Gotham. I failed. Alfred says, why do we fall, sir? So that we can learn to pick ourselves up.
That's good. That's so good. I love that.
And we've grown in this show. We've kind of grown. So when we watched a movie that we weren't huge fans of or wasn't the best, we would just blaze it, just laser roast that boy, rotisserie chicken, the hell out of that film. Didn't never find the silver lining. Just like I just want it to be over, please. Just be done, right? But I feel like we've grown. We've really found a lot of things to like love and share about sometimes huge fails. And so we're just hoping that, you out there in the world, that you learn from your failures and the things that happen and the mistakes and the things that go on in your life. Like, it's life. Just like you said, Chevy, like you just live life every single day with either some purpose or failure or mistakes or doing just the rigmarole of life itself. But just know, like, there's reasons why we fall. And it's so you can learn. You can get back up and you can try again. So, yep. And y'all, if you don't know, now you will know. I'm a huge Batman fan. I don't care what nobody say about him and his $1 million and he has no powers, his $1 million and no powers. I don't give a goddamn. I love his story. I love the movies. Dark Knight.
Yes, that was from the Dark Knight, right?
Yeah, that's from the Dark Knight one. Mm-hmm. So, I'm a pull from the good. At least I'm a pull for the good one.
As soon as you said that, I was like, oh my God, that part. That, sometimes you be like, well, me, I'll be like, oh.
Because he really was sad. He was like, I failed Gotham. Like, I'm out here being Playboy Bruce Wayne. And it's like, I failed the city. I thought I was the big shit Batman. And I failed the city. And Alfred just always there to be like, pish posh. Pish posh, sir.
There's also they have never had a bad Alfred. Like I've never,
and he's absolutely the best Alfred, like one of the best that has ever done it since the one who began, right?
Yeah, I like the one who was in Watchmen too. The guy who was in Watchmen who played Dracula. No, that's not him.
What is his name? I forget his name. Yeah, but yeah. So those are my last words.
All right.
For our wonderful movie quote.
Yeah. So guys, thank you so much for watching tonight.
Appreciate y'all.
We watched Green Lantern. It was great.
Man, can you believe it?
I know, because I told somebody yesterday, I was like,
yeah, I heard that was a big rumor.
Yikes. But we made it through. We did
it. And look at us. Look, I thought my voice was gonna hold me back. I woke up this morning and told Shavana, I was like, I don't know, bro. I'm gonna tell you around 5 o'clock if I can make it.
But we are here, and we made it.
And we made it.
31 episodes in.
Let's go.
That's where we stand.
Before I lose my voice. Oh my God. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. So fun. So fun. We gotta do. I can't wait to do more fun stuff. But yeah, like Siobhan said, next week we are watching The Hunger Games. Huge film, huge blockbuster on Peacock. I'm gonna switch it up. Tell the people where they can get with you, Chevy.
Okay. All right, guys. So you can find me here at Chevy the Superstar on Twitch. Wednesday night, I will be at GFT Radio reviewing the final episode of Loki, season 1. Check Instagram Monday. I'm going to release how you can enter the contest for the giveaway box. What did I call it? The Blockbuster movie giveaway box.
I think that's probably like that. Yeah, but that's what's about to be now.
On Monday. It'll run for like 2 weeks, and then we'll do it on the last movie day. Also, and what's my Instagram? It's the Superstar. You can go on S the Superstar and go there and see that on Monday sometime at the time.
Y'all.
And that's it, y'all.
It's lit.
Toya,
it's lit. Yeah, you can find me at Latoya Coates on the IG, Point of View Fighter on the IG. I'm dropping new interviews and photos with some of my photographer friends, and I just got a bunch of film back, some stuff from that I had in a cool event that I just did called Down Light at Spotlight, and stuff from Vegas. So I'm about to drop some like some little throwbacks. Always over at Books We Should Have Read. Get those 10 pages a day. Misfitted Academics, the homies. Make sure you're supporting our Darker Than Blue series that we have. The latest episodes of Relationship Goals by Kenneth Nelson. Let's see what else I got going. Next Wednesday for my people who are in Michigan and Detroit, like live around the Metro Detroit area. Next Wednesday, meet us at the Grinder Cut, the Lafayette and St. Albans entrance. We're giving out free books, but we're also accepting donations. So if you got any books, especially Black authors, Black stories, please come and donate. Take a book, share a book, come hang out with your girl. And that's all I got going on.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for being here with us. Thank you so much, Bash Weiser, DJ Stacy J, and Sunny for dropping in the chat. We see y'all lurkers lurking, and we appreciate the lurkery. We love it. We appreciate it. And we will see you guys next Thursday at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, as we will be reviewing the Hunger Games, and you can watch it on the Peacock network for freezies. And you can come and talk to us. Also, follow us on the YouTube.
Follow our YouTube.
Not follow, subscribe. Different.
Yeah, right, exactly.
2 snaps in a circle. Subscribe to our channel so we can have more subscribers and stuff. I don't really know how that works, but just help out with that.
Follow, comment, and subscribe.
Those things. What she said, because I don't know. Thank you guys. We're outie. We're going now. Thank you.
Bye.